And it also says by sode, by a field. So therefore, Avram Avinu says, "Nasati kesef asode kach mimeni." Take from me the money to buy the field. So in both places, it takes the word take. So we had a tradition from Sinai. We have a tradition from Sinai, from halachos from Sinai, that those words are made for Gzerah. You can transfer laws. And we say, Oil v'goma kichem is the Ephraim. We learn the same way by the Sode of Ephraim. Avram Avinu bought the land with money. Also, a woman you bought with money. But we continue more. Ma Sode mekane v'chalipin. The same way a field's acquired with Chalipin. Af ishonami mekane v'chalipin. Also, a woman acquired, which means we have two ways to learn the Gemara right now. Is it, since I learned kicha kichem is the Ephraim, I learned a woman, that I take a woman, a husband takes a woman to acquire her for Kiddushin. They use the word kicha, taking. And we found the same word kicha also by sode. Same way by a sode, by a field, the word taking means money, also he means money, but the Gemara now extends. The same way a field acquires with Chalipin, also a woman is acquired. What do you mean the same? Why Chalipin should be included too? Is it because I learned all the laws of sode to Isha? From the Kira, that says the word Ki, a man should take a woman, it says, Avram Avinu says, take the money for me to buy the field. So by field, it says the word buy, take, and also he says take. And then we say, how do you take field? With money or with Chalipin or many other kinyonim. So therefore also learn for Isha, for a woman, that a woman can be acquired with Chalipin. That's the pshat? Or no? The Gemara says, since I learned that when it says in the word, ki yikach, a man takes a woman, how does he take her? Doesn't say. So I learned from therefore that the word yikach means it's a gilui. And the word yikach, and the word ikach, that means kesef. And chalipin is also kesef. Chalipin you give a kli, you give it. But it's leisure because it's value, you give value. So also by a woman, you can take with value with Chalipin. Or Chashibus. But we see from Rashi not so. Rashi says, Ma Soda Mekane V'Chalipin Dechsiv in Ruth, Perek Daled, Ruth Amoavia in the Megillas Ruth, Vayishlov La'alo, he took his shoe off. That's the way he bought the land. V'osam soda avoid, there was a field. So therefore, since by a field there's a posuk to teach you that you can acquire a field also with a Chalipin, and I learned a woman from Chalipin. I learned a woman kika isha, man takes a woman kiddushin by a woman. I learned from sode. And by Sod there's another kinyan, because by Sod we found somewhere else, not by Avram Avinu. We found by Ruth Ma'avia. We found in the book of Ruth, it says he can buy land with Chalipin. It says Sholaf, Vayishlof Na'aloi, he took off his shoe. So since there's a apostle that teaches us that a Sod you can acquire with Chalipin, and a woman is learning from Sod, so also Chalipin would work. Also Chalipin would work by Isha. And that's very hard. Why is very hard? Like Toysus asked right away against Rashi. If I learn Kinyoni Sode to Isha, so let's learn more Kinyoni, not only Chalipin. Let's learn Chazoko, let's learn Shtar.
What? Chazoko and what?
And Shtar. Shtar. A document.
From where? From people?
No, from Sode. Since by a Sode I can acquire with Shtar and Chazok and Chalipin, and by a woman I learn Kesef by a woman from a Sode. So same way I'm learning Gzerah a woman to a Sode to Kesef, we learn also Chalipin. And Toysus says, let's continue more, learn Shtar and Chazok, we know it's not true.
Shtar, the woman acquires with Shtar. From where do we learn that? We
learn a woman that's acquired with Shtar from a Vivin Posel. It says, Vayotzo B'Oisov. Makish avay le'etzi. The same way Yetzi, a woman goes out from a husband relation with a get, with a shtar. Also, a woman enters with a shtar, with a get. So, but why do we have to comment that the Rosh Yeshiva? We have a better way. We have a Rosh Yeshiva of kesef of a isha we learn kesef of a isha from sodeh, and we want to learn also Chalipin because sodeh also called Chalipin. So let's learn also chazok and shtar. It's very hard the way Rashi learns. But if you're not going to learn to learn like Rashi, how do we learn the Gemara? We learn like this.
Why is hard Rashi?
Ma sodeh mikal bechalipin afisha. The same way sodeh Chalipin works, not because of posuk. As says in Ruth Vayishlof Nalon. You know how do we know Chalipin works by sodeh? Because Chalipin is kesef. Chalipin mitam kesef, like we see in Toises in a second. So since Chalipin is mitam kesef, so since I learned kicha by a woman from kicha of a field, and there says kesef, also here kesef, and Chalipin is part of kesef. And since sodeh works with Chalipin because it's part of kesef, so Mimele lets also woman, also afisha, gabe Chalipin because it's part of kesef. But not because the posuk by a soda of Chalipin works b'sholaf naloi. No, it's because part of kesef. We're not learning kinyonim of soda kinyon isha. Here we see from Rashi that we learn kinyon as soda the isha because Rashi says masoda b'kan Chalipin nechsiva ishlof naloi. He brings a posuk that Chalipin works by soda from a posuk. No, you know I want to learn Chalipin from soda to isha because Chalipin is kesef. So Rashi would have said. Masoda b'kan b'chalipin da kesef hu, because it's shove kesef, kesef shve kesef, it's the same, it's shve kesef. I pocho is a different, that's the Mosem said pocho, but that's the havamina. Rashi didn't say that the havamina to learn that Chalipin works by a woman because Chalipin is kesef. Rashi says no, since sodeh is also by Chalipin because it's a posuk by a sodeh by Yishlaf Lana works, also by a woman. When was a woman? That's another kinyan. We're learning only kesef, not other kinyonim. No, since I learned kinyan kesef from soda, I learn other kinyonim that exist by soda. As this is the pasuk v'sholaf naloi. So on the pshat on Rashi, right away Toises asks. Look at Toises. The Toises asks v'koshel Rabbeinu tam. You have it there. I'm reading 4 lines down in Toises. 2, 4, 5 lines down. In Toises v'isha. V'oid kosher, more it's hard. I'm reading 4 lines down, 5 lines down, and Toises the Moatchil, v'isha, posher ule v'kal nasha. Action! V'oid kosher. Thank you. V'oid kosher, it's more question on Rashi. Came on the Salkadaita Chasha, since there's a svora right now to say, Lenigma kinyon isha b'kinyon esodeh. We learned the acquisition of a woman from the acquisition of sodeh. As Rashi said, we just point out which Rashi says it. So if so, in kenisho tiknen ave bechazoko kemo isodeh. Or also shtar, he says, void. So today there are 2 kashas. Let's learn shtar and chazaka from soda. If I'm learning already all the kinyonim of soda to isha, like the kinyon of Chalipin that says v'sholaf na'aloi. So let's learn all the kinyonim. Shtar, as it says, let's learn chazaka, as it says chazaka by kaka.
The shtar has no money, it's not money.
Doesn't matter. But we're not learning money. We're not learning money. Chalipin is money. We're learning kinyonim. How do I see we learn kinyonim? Because when Rashi defines why we should transfer also Chalipin of soda to isha, because he says there's a pasuk that says by soda Chalipin works, not because Chalipin is kesef. Misvor and Mimele. When I learn kesef, Chalipin is part of that. I'm not saying that. That's Rabbeinu Tam. So we'll see in a second. We're learning no. There's a pasuk that says Chalipin works by soda v'sholaf naloi. So this is that's svora because we found a pasuk, another kinyan by soda sholaf naloi that Chalipin works. So if so, let's learn more kinyanim also shtar and chazaka. A very strong kasha on Rashi. So how do we answer Rashi with this? So we have to answer the Rashi. Kashi and Rashi, the Rashi learns that when the Gemara said the Hava Mina, the Gemara says, why do we need a minyan, a number, to exclude Chalipin? It means there's a Hava Mina, Chalipin works. It says, why? Salkanai Techamina, the Hava Mina was why Chalipin works. Because since I learned Kicha means the effort, it says don't buy a woman the word Kicha. And it say by a Soda Kicha, and that's why Kesef works. So I don't say Rosh Yeshiva from Kicha from the effort. So let's continue on. The same way a field acquires a Chalipin, also a woman. How do I know that a soda acquires a Chalipin? So Rashi did say because Chalipin is Kesef, Shvek Kesef. When it says Kesef, also Shvek Kesef is Kesef. So maybe the Chalipin is part of that. We don't say that. The Rashi says, you know why? Mas soda became a Chalipin? Because there's a posuk v'sholaf ishna aloi, v'sholaf na'aloi in Hut.
What is nalo? Nalo is chashivus.
Nalo is a kli of chashivus, yes. It's Chalipin, but it's Chalipin.
Okay.
It's Chalipin. Mas soda became a Chalipin, nechsiv v'shishlof na'aloi. There we talk about Agul of Atuma, he bought the field. V'osam soda avoy, there was a field, he was buying with a shoe the field. So we see a shoe, Chalipin buys Shvek Kesef, Na'al is Shvek Kesef. We see Shvek Kesef buyers, Chalipin buys a soda. So let's also learn that issue would kind of a Chalipin. The Choyra, why Rashi had to bring a postal? That a woman that soda works with Chalipin, V'no'alo, he say, since Chalipin is Shvek Kesef, and Shvek Kesef ke Kesef misvor, or we learn from Evedivri, from Nezikim, as Rashi says, from both. Or some Rishonim learn from Misvora. So since we learn from Misvora, from Pesukim, from Matzinu, or like the Pnei Yeshua, Gilu of the word Kicha means Kesef, and Chalipin is Shvek Kesef, so it's part of that, right? And the Mizeritzu, as the Ran says, when we learn the whole sugiya of Shvek Kesef. So in Meile, that's why the Gemara is the Hava Min Chalipin would work. Because I don't kesef from Sodeh, and the same way Sodeh works with Chalipin too, also a woman. And why also a woman? Because Chalipin is part of kesef. Rashi didn't say that. Because it's a posuk that Chalipin works with Sodeh. It means I learn Kinyon and Sodeh to each other. So therefore, there's a kasha. So let's learn also Chazok and Shah. So to answer Rashi, we can say first few thoughts. One is that Chazok is part of Bia. Okay, so he answered Chazokah. What about a shtar? Let's learn shtar from Sodeh. Why only?
Shtar has no bal. Okay.
What? I don't hear what you're saying. Repeat. One second. Rashi brings down not the story of Ephron, Avram Avinu buying the son of Ephron with money. He brings another pasuk of Ruth that Boaz bought the land with a shoe, with Shvek Kesef, with Chalipin, Agul of Atmura, he bought the Sodeh, the field. I understand. So it says in the pasuk Bedavka Chalipin, and we want to learn also that to a woman. Good. So we see clearly that according to Rashi, we learn Kinyon Sodeh to Isha. Because if Rashi understood that we see soon in Toysis, that we're not learning Kinyon Sodeh to Isha, we're just learning Kesef, and Chalipin is part of Shvek Kesef. Right. What do you want to say? מה, לא שומע, לא רואה. רות. זהו קניין, כמו שאנו קונים בסעודה במקום נעל, נכון? נכלאו לה מי ייתן להם ישורים קונים בכליו של קונה. ובועז נתן לגואל, כדי לקנות את השדה. ישורים קונים בכליו של מקנה, וגואל נתן לבועז. אוקיי. זה משהו אחר. זה קניין סודו, yes. נועלס, קניין, כמו שקוראים לסודו, בכל מוקר.
Now it doesn't work anything.
What?
No, because you said before, now it works something.
Now, everything now was worth something.
Yeah, but here it's the same.
It's worth something brutal. But we learn Chalipin from there. Kinyan. I'm saying there's an option to say so. Rashi did not use this option. Let's see the Rabbeinu Tam. Let's see the Rabbeinu Tam in Toises. Again. So we didn't answer the kasha. Let's learn also Chazok and Shtar. Chazok I answered. Shtar is a question. Why? Let's learn Shtar. It's a good question.
We can't say that because kicha is money.
What?
We can't say in Rashi that because kicha is money.
Yes.
The example that
Yes, kicha is money and...
So you need something like the shtar, it has no valuables.
That's the Raven. The Raven answers, we only have a mean of Chalipin because Chalipin also has value. Anything with value, but Shtar can be without value. So that's why we didn't learn Shtar. So that's basically like, that's Rabbeinu Tam. It's
Why
similar.
not Ravid and Rashi? It's
How we learn, how do you shove Raven and Rashi? Well, let's see the Raven inside. Open the Raven inside. The Raven is in Amud Bet in the papers we have. In the Rashba, Chidush HaRashba. It's in Daf Beis and Slabot Kashitz. I'm reading the Rashba on the right column. Starting Lemute Chalipin, Salkenai Tachamino, Gamrino Chemis de Efroin, Eimo Chanami Chalipin, Zavu good stuff. Iksho arrived. Keivan the Gamrino Mis de Efron Mikle Bechalipin. Avagav the Istanbul Wudo, Avaleme Magabish, Lidun with the Star. The Gamrinon Yotzo Yosef, Lamarinon came in the Istanbul Wudo, Gamrinon. The same way Star I learned from Girushin, I don't care the Shove Puto. If I have Exero Shova, let's learn even Chalipin, let's Shove Puto. The Tiretz, and he answered, the Ana lo Gamrinon Isha Misoda, we don't learn Isha from a field. Elo Mikicha de Ksibe. We only learn when the word kicha, what kicha means. The kicha is the effort and taking, but it's the effort bekesef. But Rashba Chalipin, we didn't find Chalipin there. Aval Shtar, although we found by root, but not by effort. Aval Shtar, kochi ken iksiv yotzav oisa, agav the leis b'shem v'put gamrin alem yetzir. Kem en yetzir eino ela b'shtar. When I learned a different zero shova, v'yotzav oisa, there I say, I learned, the only thing I can learn is only Shtar. But here, I learned Kicha, I'm learning only what was a story in Avraham Avinu, there was Kesef. And Chalip is not part of Kesef, which was the Avraham Avinu was, Chalip was part of Kesef. And Maskon is, Chalip doesn't say there, in the although it works, but in root, therein, so we're learning, what do you mean the word Kicha? And since there, by Avraham Avinu, Kicha means Kesef, because Chalip wasn't there, we're not learning Kinyonim, of Sodet Kinyon Isho. We're learning the meaning of the words. Kicha, what does it mean? We found here, Kicha says take, means Mekez also here. And doesn't say Chalipi.
Is that Shava Mufne Ledava Rechad or Mashma?
No. That's different. When you have Zel Shoma, Mufne means, the question is both sides are Mufne or two sides are Mufne. It's a different story. Okay. But that's the Ravid. That's the Ravid.
Doesn't fit in Rashi.
That's in the Rashi, because Rashi says, I learned from root. If I'm only learning the word Kicha Avraham Avinu, although the Ravid is speaking of Maskon, the Rashi is speaking of Havamina, we're not talking about the Havamina. The Havamina was a problem. But the Gemara says, Ve'imo Chinami. Kamashma doesn't work. But does it explain in Rashi what's the Kamashma? Could be the Kamashma, like the Ravid. That I'm not learning Kinyon Isha, I'm learning the words. And the Gemara says, Ve'imo Chinami, maybe let's say Chalipin should work. What was that? Because Chalipin is part of Kesef. So although Rashi in the beginning said Chalipin is not Kesef, because you learn from root, but when the Gemara says Ve'imo Chinami, maybe now the Gemara wants to say that Chalipin is Mitzvah Kesef. But it's easier to say that Ve'emochanami, nothing changed, no information didn't come in. Rather, you said Kamashvan is out, although I'm learning Kinyon Isha, the Kinyon Sode to Isha, and I say Kamashvan is out, maybe not, maybe in. The Ve'emochanami means maybe what we said Kamashvan no, say yes. But not say in a different way, it's out of Kinyonim, but it's Kesef. Pashtutu didn't change the Svara, we're just saying, let it be so, I say Kamashvan not so. Nothing changed in understanding us as far as a new definition. So Gemara says, according to Rashi, Gemara asks, let really learn Isha from Kinyon Esodeh. And Kinyon Esodeh also Chalipin works, also he would work. Why not? Maybe it shouldn't be so. Gemara says, no. We don't learn Kinyon Isha, Kinyon Esodeh. Because since Chalipin is Lesha Buta and Lesha Buta doesn't by a woman is Gnai, so it comes up and Yeshua says, since it's a Gnai, so it's not part of the Gezor Shalom. Again, that's where the Pnei Yeshua comes in. Which means, the Gemara is Ve'emochanami, maybe let's learn all Kinyon Isha from Kinyon Esodeh. All Kinyon Esodeh to Isha. And that's more Ve'emochanami. Why you exclude it? The answer is, it's a svara that is not part of the Gzero Sholem. Because since Chalip is not Sholem, Putov in Isha and Stam Isha. I'm adding the word Stam. Isha, it's Gnai, means Stam Isha, it's Gnai. So in Meira, we said that the Gzero Sholem didn't refer to Chalipin. We understood Chalipin is a different Kinyan. And we learned from Ruta Moavia. Not because Chalipin is Vitam Kesef. Chalipin is not Kesef. Chalipin is a Kinyan and Kesef is value. It's not the Kinyan. But since we found that a woman is less of a woman that she doesn't want, we made it a small, as the Pnei Yeshua says, a small and Gzero Sholem, and the Gzero Sholem from Isha to Osode, and I said the same way Sode works, also by Isha works, it's only for Kesef, not Chalipin. Why? Because ordinary woman doesn't want to be Mekadesh with Chalipin. As Chazal understood that the Gzero Sholem didn't relate to Chalipin. Once I said that the Rosh Yeshiva didn't relate to Chalipin, only to Kesef. So maybe I say also that the Rosh Yeshiva is not the Shtar, not the Chazokah. Because since I said that the Rosh Yeshiva is for Kesef, which that's the case, and not Chalipin, because ordinary doesn't want that, so once I said it's Chalipin, it's Kesef and not Chalipin, I also said Kesef Dafka, and not Shtar and Chazokah, because I'm not learning anymore Kinyones or Kinyones Isha, because I would learn, let's learn also Chalipin, and Chalipin doesn't make sense, and we learned that too. Because ordinary woman doesn't want it. So I'm rearranging what the Gzero Sholem means. I don't learn Kinyon Esodeh Isha. I'm learning the Peush Amilo Kicha that is Kesef from Stefan. And anything else is out. This is the way the Pnei Yeshua is learning Pshat and Rashi.
Why the svara of Gnai Ula is not strong enough?
What is Gnai Ula? Gnai Ula, yes, good, yes.
Why is not strong enough to להפוקי ואויסו ואויסו?
ואויסו ואויסו.
זה לא שלי, זה שואלים את זה. עליי, it's not enough strong.
Yes.
I have a question.
Go ahead. But first you have to finish the eat.
When you say kika kika.
You know why? You know why?
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
No!
It's dangerous.
Dangerous. The Gemara says, when you eat, you don't speak because maybe you lagdim kaneh leveshi. Dangerous. It's dangerous. What's worse? Danger or kavod?
Danger.
Danger. Chamira sakatem isu. Isu, not to speak to the public when you're not ready, and you're in the middle of swallowing, and you raise your voice, Rabbi, I want to ask a question, he can't speak, and you wait a minute. That's only a matter of isu. It's not nice, it's not kavod. But the more danger is something more strong, more chamur is the danger.
What if you're ready to speak in public?
When we say kika kika, we can learn from the Yecheskel that they say in Talmud Bet,
Yes.
Siman Lamed Hey, that
Yes.
they make a change. Like it's like that. Kika kika is like a change.
What's on off?
I don't understand what he's saying. Can you translate it? You have to eat more popcorn. There's Just joking.
No, but why they say kiha twice, once? Kiha.
Yeah. Doesn't say twice. You don't really find it. He doesn't say it start. He said also in the morning. Kiha is not twice. Kiha says, listen. I'm teaching you something. Gzera Shava means that you find words in the Torah. The Gemara can use many. The Torah can use many type of words. To say a man marries a woman, that's Kiddushin. He can use Kiddushin. He can use the word taking. He used the word relating, connecting. Many words. The Gemara, the Torah chosen the word taking. Okay. And we have a tradition that this word taking. I'm just saying what we take. You take in what way? We find by Ephraim, Avraham Avinu bought his field. It says, "Take the money from me to buy the field." It says the word also take kicha. So it's not being said twice. As two different subjects, we found the same word. Twice the same words and two different subjects. That's what you mean. So since we found the same word in two places, two subjects, we say, why did they use the same word in two subjects? We have a tradition from Sinai, right? Maseches tradition from Sinai, that this word comes to, we can transfer laws. The same way by Avraham Avinu, kicha was take, means with money. Also, when it says a man takes a woman, they say, what means money? Now, it can be many ways. That's the meaning of the words, or the law we transfer, not only the meaning. Here, according to Rashi, we not only transferring meanings, we're transferring laws. So that's what Gemara says, we're transferring laws. Let's learn also other laws of a field. Avraham Avinu was buying a field. There's other ways of buying it, because we found other places in the Torah, by Ruth, that Boaz bought the field from Goel with Chalipin. So since a field you buy with other acquisition as Chalipin, and we learn the word kicha by a woman and kicha by Ephraim, by a field of Avraham Avinu, and a field we found other places you can acquire with Chalipin. Let's transfer also that. That's Rashi.
Yeah, and why they lemute chuppah? But when you are in the chuppah, you make like a kicha when you.
Yes,
and
true.
Also you need to.
Yes. No, not also. We want to exchange money to chuppah.
But why
normally we do two things. We do first get money and then chuppah. Okay. The Gemara says, forget about chuppah being in the end. Let's chuppah be in the beginning. I don't have to give money. And I'll do chuppah for the sake of Kiddushin, and I'll do chuppah for the sake of marriage. That's the most thing. Exclude or in, out, that's the most.
¿Cómo dice rebuscado?
No sé, too difficult.
Why difficult? That was very simple.
No, they have a lot of laws and a type of.
Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, when he left the cave, he was in a position that nothing in the world matters, only learning Torah. And anyone that is not learning Torah is out of the business. Should not be part of the existence of the world. It's just being created for. Is dissipating his creation, his reason of creation. So he saw a man capturing animals. Right? He says, why not learning Torah? He says, very complicated. This is too complicated.
No, you need to break your own.
He says, how do you capture animals? He said, that's very simple. I have a string here, and I tie it here, and I put it exactly in the curve of the valley, which I know all the animals will go through the mountain the easiest way. And exactly in the corner, I put in the string in a way that you don't see it, and I cover with this, and I make a hole under, and then when they come in, I have to pull it in a way that it gets pulled down. Wow, too complicated. If the capture animals you definitely can learn Torah. Torah is easier. Torah is easier.
Yeah, you have two meanings, because the animal is your body parts.
You're already another level of Kabbalah, huh? That's even a bit easier. Okay.
But the Torah is the
good. Okay. Let's see the Pnei Yoshua. Yoshua writes down what I just said now. He doesn't say the beginning part, but he says the last part. He doesn't bring a raya from Rashi that he learned Kinyon and Sod of Yoni. He should just. That's the Rashi report of Sholaf now. Oh, here's a Pnei Yoshua. Printed out the people of Pnei Yoshua. The Koshel Rabbeinu Tam. You don't have? Maybe I have.
Another one.
Here, a movement, there's another one here.
Tomer has a bunch.
בטויסם המתחיל באיש שבראשו אותו וכושר רבינו תם. אם כן פושטו אלו וקיבו. רבינו תם is a kasha on Rashi. If Rashi learns that the Gzerashova Kicha Kicha from a woman to a soda and soda to a woman is all the kinyonim of soda I transfer to Isha. If so, Poshtoyono Bekiblo, if she what happened if she wants? The reason why Chalipin is bound out, because she doesn't want, what happened if she wants? And then he says, let's learn Shtar and Chazoka too, etc. Ad Kalashoyno. This is the Doshas. What? Definitely, because he wants to answer kashas. So he says, "Velule divrem." If it wasn't for the words of Toises, which means if it wasn't for the understanding of Toises, or Yonir leyashav shitas Rashi looks to me to settle the opinion of Rashi. The mikol makom in any place came and the stamisha, since ordinary a woman. She doesn't want to be a mikudash lesson with a value puta, and therefore, she doesn't want to be acquired with Chalipin, ordinary woman. If so, al kocho gzerashove, and therefore the gzerashove word kicha kicha lo ayri michalipin teaches us that doesn't talk about Chalipin anymore. Therefore, from this reason. Lo imani doesn't help. Afilu poshtoyel vekiblo, even if she reaches her hand and she wants it, because it's not a matter of you want or not wanting. Since it's not a question of you wanting or not. It's just a way how to learn the posuk. Since how to learn the gzerashova, I can learn two ways of gzerashova. The gzerashova means all the acquisition that I find by a field, I transfer to a woman of the gzerashova kichicha. That's one way. But we have a problem. If Chalipin is included, because land is called Chalipin, ordinary woman doesn't want to be with that. So ordinary woman, even though you transfer the king of Chalipin, wouldn't work, because ordinary woman wouldn't want it. So therefore it tells the rabbis that we don't learn all the kinyonim of Soda Teisha, because some of them wouldn't work normally. So it makes sense that the Gzerashova Kicha was not the kinyonim of Soda to Yoni Isha, rather kesef of Soda of the Torah of HaShem we learned for Inisha.
Why do we have two things? Lo mikacha v'chamos nishav bruto ve'ein aliyah b'chalipin. It's two separate
It's a
things,
result.
or it's one thing?
It's a result. Since ordinary woman doesn't want to be married by Chalipin l'shaveh pruto, so therefore she's not going to be Chalipin totally, not because of course Chazal, even if it's shaveh pruto. It's because as the Gzerashov doesn't relate it. It teaches me how to learn the Gzerashov. The story, yes.
Wow.
Now we have two answers. We can answer all Tosa's question. For this reason, doesn't it help that she stretches her hand and she wants the Chalipin? We're not talking about her. We're talking about what the Torah meant. Since ordinary woman doesn't want Chalipin, so we know the Torah didn't mean to transfer the kinyonim, because Chalipin is out, ordinary out, Mishtom is not part of that. So that indicates to us that the Gzerashova was not to learn the kinyonim of Soda Chalipin, rather to learn the word means. Since by Avraham Avinu said the word kach meant kesef, also here the word kach means kesef. Okay, with this we also can answer the other questions of Tosfos. Second question. What the second question is? There's, if you're learning kinyon soda teisha, let's learn also the kinyon of chazaka and shtar that works by a field. Yeshloim no, the answer is, kevad de maskina nocha, since we conclude here, the isha levekan bechalipin, that a woman doesn't acquire itself with chalipin. Im ken, if so, since the conclusion is that a woman doesn't acquire chalipin because it's not part of the gzero shove, im ken hakol gzero shove kivichol ha'imi klal den elef isha misode. Must be we reorganizing what is the tradition of the gzero shove. How to define the definition. How to define the gzero shove kicha kicha. We're not learning all the ways that it feels being acquired to a woman. No. Elohikil gzero shove. Rather, the main gzero shove is the loinem was not being said. Elo, rather, the lashon kicha, that the lingua, the language of kicha. When the Torah says a man takes a woman, what does take with what? Take with kesef. How do we know that? I learned by Diaspora, and it says the word kach kesef, take money. So that's what it means. Take means with money. We're not learning field to a woman, all the acquisition of the field to a woman. Because if it's all, let chalipin be part of it. We know ordinary woman is not part of that. So that indicates us that the gzero shov is not to learn the kinyon soda teisha, rather the meaning. What does it mean taking? How do you take? We see from Avraham Avinu, he took in money. Also here means money. Ve'af lemaydes al kadayla mikora. And even according to what we thought in the Havamina, that we learn kinyon soda, kinyon isha. Lo yiboy le'meim al mu'ud chazoko. We never want to say to exclude chazoko. De lo never lo shove. We don't have to exclude chazon. Now he has a problem. According to the Havamina, we learn kinyon soda and isha. All the acquisition of a soda, the Havamina to isha, and we prove from Chalipin that the meaning, the gzero shov is not the kinyon soda isha, rather the perush milois of kicha means kesef. But according to the Havamina, we learn all kinyonim. So let the Mishnah say 3, the muta chazoko, that we're not going to learn gzero shove. There's other reason why chazaka is out. Because it says the word balo, so there we another posture to exclude chazaka. Okay, we'll stop for here for a second. Let's continue on. So what do we got? One second. Is that? Yes. Ken. I thought it was my wife. It's very simple. Number of my wife said 77. I didn't realize the end of the number is not my wife. But I have to go to do things. One is there's a party by the Israelis. I have to go. And then there's a siyum by the other Israelis. And I'm inviting everyone to the siyum. I'll over the Zohar. Rabbi Yitzchak will be there in 20 minutes. So you come over, there's a meal, there's people can come over. And maybe you should video it. And they'll speak about Hanukkah too. But I have to stop here. We had a whole world to say. I just will finish one thing. But the other way we learned in Rashi, that really...
But the Bnei Yeshua says Losher.
One second. Point of Bnei Yeshua, the Maskonas HaGemara were rearranging the word, the meaning of the Gzero Shov. It's not Kinyon Soda Teisha, rather the words. So I'm saying it's different. I'm not learning like the Bnei Yeshua. I'm learning in Rashi's the Rabbonon. That since a woman doesn't want to be acquired with Chalipin, because it's a Gnai, ordinary woman, so he made it the Chachom Yom Afkia Chalipin. Once Chachom Afkia Chalipin, then I can back into the Bnei Yeshua that the Gzero Shov of Kicha Kicha is not.
On that.
What about, so it's not Chalipin, because Chachom Afkia. Or what about Shtaim Chazoko? Those questions are staying. If we learn like the Bnei Yeshua, so we rearrange Pshat and Gzero Shov. But if you're not going to learn Pshat and Gzero Shov, you learn like the sugiya Zokin, that is, it's a Chalipin is out, not because it's Pshat Chacham understood from this pshat and Gzera Shora. Rather, Chalipin Zarkos Chacham made an afko. Chacham made it. They excluded it, right? Even with Chobe Pruto, they mevatel it. So the question comes back. Okay, they mevatel Chalipin, but let's learn also shtar and chazoko. So chazoko, you can say, is like like we just saw now the Shiur brings. Uboalo lemut Yerushalmi. We have other ways to know why chazoko is out. Because it says boalo bebiila not chazoko. What about shtar?
I have a question.
1 second. What about shtar? Let's learn from Gzera Shora shtar, and why we learn it from hekesh. That's a question that stays. That's according to this pshat. But according to Bnei Yeshua, we have a much easier way. If we learn Rashi like Bnei Yeshua.
How answer
Well, I'm not answering shtar. I'm saying chazoko like the Yerushalmi Memaydu Boal Lemayt chazoko. That's why we don't learn chazoko from the Zemil. But shtar works. The question is why we learn it from Yotzav. Also, let's learn from Kicha Kicha that you learn in Kinyon Esoneh. That's a strong kasha on Rashi. And that stays unless you learn, you reorganize the Gzera Shora. Right? According to this pshat, we have a kasha. We have to answer.
When is it?